Good morning. This is Melanie from Growing My Own. It's about to rain. Trying to make this video real quick. This is a little update on my garden. I just made this box last week and I put 2 tomatoes in here. That's a Malabar spinach in the middle and some long beans, and I have a trellis in the back for that. And in the middle I put some bush beans. These are string beans. And at the front I have two potato plants, one here. This one don't start to come up as yet. And these are my tomatoes. I had those to re-sowed. This is a squash plant. I think it might be a zucchini, I'm not sure. As usual, I messed up. These are some more tomatoes. I have to make space for these to replant. Potatoes. These are green onions that came up back from last year. I have a fava bean coming up in there. More potatoes. I have potatoes in here. These start to come up now. I think I put 3 plants in here. Yeah, and this is my kind of catch-all. I kind of throw stuff, sowed it in here, then transplant it to somewhere else. These 2 eggplants was dying. I was gonna throw them out, then I just stuck them in the corner here, and look, they bounced right back. And that's a melon. I put 3 melon seed, 1 germinate. These are 2 of the onions I stuck in here from March. I transplanted some already. I sowed a row of onion in there, those 2 left. These are some spinach. Oh, this is not spinach, this is Swiss chard. And I have some parsley coming up there, some volunteer tomato under here. Okay, this is mostly compost. More potatoes. That's my little compost bin breaking down. Good. I transplanted some tomatoes over here a couple of days ago. Oh, and the rain is starting to drizzle. This is my apple tree. I sowed the seed indoor last year during the winter. And these are 2 pepper plants I had there suffering, so I just transplanted them out in here. These are 2 more fava bean. The slug were eating them, so I put some diatomaceous earth, so they're coming up good. Usually every morning the leaf would be northern, but so far that diatomaceous earth, man. I have volunteer tomato here, and right along this row is my corns, and the rain is coming. These are my sweet potato slips, getting ready to be planted out. As soon as I start to videotape, the rain start to fall. I have to come under the shelter. And I just brought these out from the garden. That's a bag of peas mud and some manure. And I'm going to plant the sweet potato in some garbage bags. I'm trying to plant as less stuff as possible out in the ground because I'm losing so much stuff to animals. They're eating everything. So last year they were eating my potatoes, so I'm not going to take the chances here. So I'm going to put them on that skid over there. Maybe 2 or 3 bags, I'm not sure yet. These are my onions. I started indoor from the paper towel. I have to make some space to transplant these out. These are some Swiss chard I transplanted. Pepper. More Swiss chard. This is a potato that came up from a potato. I put a bunch of potato skin. This is the only one I catch. And I'm still trying to see if I can squeeze some more slip out of these potatoes. Rain is holding up a little now. These tomatoes, I'm gonna try and save them. They're looking so dingy. Okay, so these are in small pots. I have to find space for those. Some Swiss chard, and look, the leaf miner start on my Swiss chard. Oh my gosh, after they does that every year. I don't know why they love Swiss chard so much. These are some zucchini to be transplanted. These are the stripe, green and white striped zucchini. These are my okra. Still have to make space for those. This is another little potato. This was full with cilantro, and as you can see, the mix is missing. The owner come and scratch the whole thing out. I have some beetroot finally. After this is my third pack of beetroot I sowed, and I have to put them in pots to see some result. This is another Swiss chard. These are some spinach. I have to transplant some more. And this is a zucchini. I thought they were pumpkin, but I don't know. Then they started blossoms, so I guess it's zucchini. And this is my peas. Doing very well. Is that a blossom I see coming up in there? Wow. That would be great. And most of these stuff, they're so disobedient. The mesh is here and they're going all the way out here. I have some more on this side of the net. Okay, over here, this bed is potatoes, but oh my gosh, I have to take off the mesh now. Something keep eating them as soon as they come up. Now I cover them, they get a chance to grow, but they're going through the mesh now. So I have to remove this, and hopefully they don't come and start again. This is one that I thought died coming back up. Most of them didn't make it back up because they also eat the potato. I plant 5 more potatoes over here. These don't start to come up as yet. Look at my chives. These came back from last year. Volunteer potato, cilantro. I have some leeks. And in between the leeks and all of this area, I sowed carrot. That's the eggplant there. And all along that row, I planted okra. And they keep dying. I put a second set, so I have to cover that one. There are like 4 underneath the bucket. And there's some more over here. This one have a 2 leaf. Hopefully nothing come and mess with them. Over here is most of my pepper planted. This is my one and only surviving garlic. Out of all the garlic I planted, this bed was full with garlic in October last year. And I show an update video when they were all coming up, but everything was scratched out. Over here I have some more peas, and I also just recently stuck some black eyed peas in between, and there's a trellis for it. This is one of my zinnia. And for some reason I have a lot of volunteer potato coming up in here. Last year there were volunteer potatoes and I didn't dig them out because they were so far down, because I have a lot of sticks and stuff on the ear. And I had other stuff planted. I didn't want to destroy those plants to get out the potatoes, so I just leave it alone. So they are coming back up now. This is another one. This is the first one. And finally carrots. Finally, this is my 3rd attempt. I had a bed full with carrots, 2 packs of carrots, and somebody come to help me do some work, and tilt the old bed. I didn't notice the baby carrots coming up in it. None of them didn't see it. Everything were all mixed up and they were too young to survive anyway. These are some black-eyed peas. On the tree came up and they look like really sick. Anyway, I stuck a bunch more in between. These may be cabbage, I think. Yeah, and all the leftover onions I have, I just stuck them in between the peppers. And they dug out the middle of my carrot here, so I just stuck some onions in it too. I sowed my turnip late because they sent me an empty package, and by the time they return another one, the cold weather had already passed, but I still planted, sowed some. I even to get the leaves, because I love the leaves. Last year I saved 8 pounds of turnip leaf in my freezer. That's an eggplant coming up here. That's a cabbage over there. I don't know if these look like cauliflower or broccoli, I'm not sure. And there's some more onions in here. This plant, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if I should keep it or take it out, but it looks so good. It doesn't look like a weed. If anybody know what this plant is, could you please leave it in the comment. This is how the stalk look. It's another zucchini. I put some melon seed here. I have to cover it so they don't come and dig it out. This is another onion area. In the beginning, every morning I have to come and replant most of the onions because they dug them out and they come out there on top of the ground. I start putting cayenne pepper in it, so no problem there. Over here, these are all potatoes. The first time I planted them and I came, they were all on top of the bin. Some were even outside of the bin. So after replanted it, and I did put a whole pack of cayenne pepper in it. So I guess these are some Rasta vermin who love pepper, because that didn't stop them from digging through. But I noticed they didn't come back the other night. Here's one started to come up. These are the 3 surviving tomato from the 15 I planted. This one, it's bouncing back, so I have 3.5 left. This is a banana pepper. That's a sweet pepper, and this is an eggplant. So I'm gonna transplant some of those tomatoes I have, take a chance and put them back over here and see if they'll survive. I started putting up these trellis last night or yesterday evening in anticipation of the tomatoes. This is my Jamaica pumpkin. I just want to keep this off of it. I put a melon there, but it's not gonna make it. And these are some wild lettuce. I've been eating lots of salad out of my garden from weed. I have lots of plantain and dandelion, wild lettuce. I have garlic mustard. There's a bunch of stuff. I've been eating like bowls and bowls. I have to do a video one day when I'm foraging. Over here is most of my brassica. This is my kale. I have to get some of these off. They're getting old on the outside. Yeah, and in the middle of here, I planted carrots for the second time. Nothing germinated, so I put some turnip. Hopefully these come up. And my peas finally start to go, and my trellis. Yep. Over here, I sowed string beans. These are actually the wax one, the yellow ones. And I saw like every 3 inches apart. This was full with beans, but only 6 germinated. So I came and I planted some more to fill up the spot. These are the only 3 remaining pepper from the 9 I planted over here. So this is where the other tree was, and I put some leeks in this area, so I'm trying to figure out what to put over here. Yeah, there was some ants nest in here, so I put some diatomaceous earth. That's what the yellow powder is. This came up from last year. I don't know if it's an onion, garlic. I don't think it's garlic because the leaf is not hard. So I just clear away some of the dirt from around the root because it went deep. This is the hunger peas I'd left to start climbing the trellis. Still a baby. Oh, and I don't know. I transplanted one plant here, and then I noticed multiple coming up in the root. And I have another one somewhere. Look like a lot of seed wasn't it that wasn't germinate. So when I planted it, they started to germinate. Okay, this is the one. After I planted it, I see like a bunch start to grow beside it. Yeah, this is a mustard going to seed. I'm just gonna leave it. If I need the space, I just pull it out because I still have lots of mustard seed. This is a cabbage. This is my raspberry, doing very well. And look what I have here. I'm getting little buds. That means we're going to be getting some raspberry soon. So I have to get some mesh or something to put over these because I have lots of birds in my backyard. So I know they'll come and pick them, or whatever animal that love fruits. My grandkids would be here when they start to ripe. Cool. This is a closer look at my corns. Right along this area, I have corns right to the other end. And those that didn't germinate, I came in yesterday and I stuck some more in between them. This plant, I forget the name of it. It's from my neighbor, but the roots spread and just grow. It blooms some beautiful flowers in the summer, but I have to keep cutting it back because I don't want it to take up too much space in my corn. It will grow right through and mingle with the corn. So this is it for now. From Melanie from Growing My Own. Okay, bye.